Hello, Fitness Business Podcast family. Welcome. I'm excited to introduce Jarron Aizen today. He is the founder and CEO of OneFitStop, which, as most of you know, is one of our proud podcast partners. Jarron, welcome today.
Thanks, Dori. Great to be on the show again.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to have you on. I know you've been on many times before because, hey, you've been one of our longtime sponsors and we are so proud of that. So thank you.
Of course, it's always great to support the content that you guys produce and what you give back to the industry.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'd love for you just to start out, just to tell us a bit about what you do.
Absolutely. So at OneFitStop, we're a technology company servicing both boutique fitness operators and big box operators for a fully integrated technology platform to manage the business end to end. And what that means is that we take care of all the core day-to-day operating needs, such as billing, scheduling, booking, reporting. But then we also provide tools and technology such as branded app experiences for your members and clients, such as on-demand live streaming and video broadcasting, including articles, videos, recipes, and audio articles, and more. And beyond that, we also offer the sales CRM and marketing automation tools to couple everything together. And we work with brands that are both single locations globally in both boutique and the big box segment, as well as corporate owned or franchise-based businesses, so multi-location enterprise groups.
Well, you certainly wear a lot of hats there at OneFitStop.
Absolutely. We're trying to lead the way with a fully integrated and vertical solution, but it's a lot of hard work. And, we pride ourselves on being product led, meaning that we're investing everything back into the technology, and it's the technology and then coupled with the service that's really going to lead our success in the marketplace.
Yeah, I think one of my favorites, of course, being a former sales director, is the sales CRM. I dream about CRMs every night.
It's a whole nother world, isn't it?
It is a whole nother world, but it is a must. It's a must tool for sure in the sales department. So it does actually at the end make your life a lot easier and a lot less you have to remember every day. Just let the CRM do it for you.
Exactly.
I'd like to take this time, Jarron. I know that you guys have been working really hard over at OneFitStop, and you have a special announcement that you'd like to make today. And I want to just make sure you have the opportunity to talk about it and tell all of our FBP family about what you guys have brewing over there at OneFitStop.
Last 6 months for us has been one hell of a journey. And I am so excited to be able to share with everyone here a little bit about what we've been up to, including redefining our own brand identity. And today on this session, I'm actually going to reveal in just a little bit. So I'm going to keep you hanging for a little bit while longer, but I'm going to reveal our new brand identity and the new name for our company very shortly as we shift our tides and refocus on what is needed in the industry today after having done a lot of market research and going out to customers, vendors, partners, and prospects, the likes, to understand exactly who we need to be and what you need as a partner in the industry. And so before I get to the big reveal, I thought I would actually take the time because to explain the journey, because honestly, I've thoroughly enjoyed the journey to discover this new brand identity. And I just really want to share that with everyone to understand exactly what the process was and what we took into consideration when defining this new vision for the brand into the future. So one of the first few things that we actually started with was going out to our vendors, partners, and customers and interviewing everyone to find out not only what they thought about OneFitStop today, the current brand, but what they thought about the industry, what they thought about all the other players in the marketplace, about their brand identity. What did those brands mean to them? And what equity did they have in the marketplace and why? And it brought out a number of really interesting findings, and I'm just going to touch on a few key ones. But this really became the basis of how we started to put our plan in place. And some of the things that we heard, I'm going to quote, not from any particular person or brand or partner or customer, but I heard Most software companies don't care about service. If their software is good, they screw you on the service, and vice versa. If the software isn't good, they up the service. There's not often a fine balance between the two in our industry. And just to that point, in our segment in the fitness industry, we're dealing with B2B software in the vertical. We're not looking at taking a Salesforce and applying it to do billing in the fitness industry, because that's very hard to do. That often happens in other industries. We have purpose-built software in our segment. And so the way we service our customers, the way we provide technology is very nuanced. It cannot be cookie cutter. It cannot be a cookie cutter approach taken from other verticals or industries and then applied to the fitness sector. We heard too many APIs will cause a broken system, or too many integrations. Operators pay a premium and they have to manage multiple partners. We heard big box operators have woken up to the importance of member engagement. We heard the business model is broken. They make money by chasing failed payments. And finally, and this was really a key one for us, operators are afraid to change. They settle for the devil that they know. And, how do we overcome some of these barriers that we're hearing? And how do we also fix what is really problems in the industry of how software companies are perceived to service the segment? And how can we rebuild relationships with not only our existing customers with the new brand and how we want to position ourselves in the market, but how do we then tell the rest of the world exactly who we are and why we define ourselves as exactly that? So we go further, if I can.
Please.
We talk.
Please do. Keep going. I love it.
We need to just define what is the essence to the brand that we want to become. What are our beliefs? What is our personality? What are the benefits for choosing a brand such as us? And what are the reasons to believe? Like, where does our credibility actually come from as an organization? What are those key drivers? And it's all about positioning these things together, not necessarily too much in one quadrant or in another, but really a balancing act of all of these frameworks. And the big thing that we started, and these were great exercises that we went through as an organization, but in terms of beliefs, for example, we said that technology shouldn't be feared, but it should be embraced. Operators deserve the tools to support and create their own client experience. Client centricity must drive innovation for it to be meaningful. These are our core beliefs. And what is the personality of the brand that we want to become? We want to be anticipative. We want to be courageous. We want to be empathetic. We want to be smart. And we want to be dedicated to solving problems in the fitness industry. The benefits of this all is functionally, because there's emotional benefits and there's functional benefits. Functionally, we become a fully integrated vertical solution, thoughtfully designed and dedicated with a support team to match the technology and the power of the technology. And emotionally, it's understood, giving brands empowerment to operate their businesses with confidence. And finally, the reasons to believe, why us? Seamless, end-to-end, focus on engagement, ability to be agile and a constant innovator. So it's not just shipping what we have today, but always pushing the boundaries, always listening to our customers and being the proof to what we're preaching in the market. A team of tech and fitness visionaries and veterans to support you. Some of the people in our team across the world have boarded thousands of fitness facilities across their previous roles in the industry and have been in the industry for 20 plus years. We are passionate about change at this point. And finally, also a track record. We need to show the industry that we have a track record, that you can instill confidence in us to be the change agent that is coupled with the technology and the service. And this is ultimately what defines the new essence, the brand essence, which we've coined engineered for engagement. Ultimately, we're a technology company and we're engineering a solution to keep everyone, all stakeholders engaged. This is your staff, to provide them the most efficient way to manage the business operationally, your sales team to empower them with the CRM to have those tasks in their inbox and knowing exactly what to action. And of course, your members and clients to have a self-service environment so that you can actually go and be an efficient organization and have touch points with your members when they're not in the facility. Really, really important. So this is ultimately who we are going to become in the industry. And we've already started to lay the way there. Just this new brand identity, the way we're going to relaunch the new brand logo and color scheme and identity, all of it, in website, everything's coming. It is going to be centered around these belief principles and concepts. And so at the end of the day, what is it that we want to become? Our end-to-end member and business solution is the only fitness-focused innovator that delivers operational efficiency coupled with beautiful experiences. And this defines the new brand. And it gives me great pleasure to reveal the name of the new brand, which is going to be Hapana. Hapana. H-A-P-A-N-A, Hapana. And that is the new brand for us in our future ahead as we continue to service the industry and the segment that we've learned to love and enjoy and collaborate with to give you the best technology in the marketplace and the best service that's coupled with it.
I feel like we should have had a drum roll or something before the big reveal.
The balloons flying. Okay, everyone gets t-shirts and
yeah, confetti, right?
Confetti, exactly.
Oh, well, that is fantastic. I know everybody over there is so excited, and I'm sure it's a new energy that is being created over there and a new exciting buzz. So I'm so happy for you guys.
Thanks. It's going to be a really fun period for us as we roll out new initiatives with the name, be a bit more visible in the media, and get to showcase our technology a lot more. That's something that we're really, really excited for. To show how this vision will come to life and to show how we're going to take all this research that we've done and all the listening about what's needed in the industry to service the industry with the new brand.
Yeah, well, 2022 is going to be a really great year for all of you.
It sure will.
So tell us a little bit about Hapana. Like, how did you come up with the name? Does it have a special meaning? Is there anything behind it?
That's a great question. And the first thing that you'll notice about the name is that, well, I haven't heard this word before in the English dictionary, and it doesn't exist. It's actually a new word that we created. And part of the naming process was the journey started with 30, 50 names of actual English words that we applied with different meaning to this vision. And in the end, what we decided to do was actually merge a couple of different words together to get to Hapana. And the first part of it is the HAP, and that actually is a derivative from the word haptic. And you may have heard of haptic feedback, which on your phones is when you touch it, it gives you this feedback back and you know that you're interacting with this technology. It's kind of a bridge between the digital and the physical world with this initial feedback. And that was the basis of the word Hapana, is that we as an organization are always listening to our customers' feedback. We're always iterating with technology, and you feel those changes and you feel that partnership. And so that was really the first derivative of the word. And then we also had other derivatives. The other second half of it actually came from some Sanskrits in the Sanskrit language, different words around in Sanskrit about core beliefs and family. And it was a derivative of another word that actually wasn't even in the English vocabulary that we combined together. And all of it was really, in essence, who we are as an organization. We believe in feedback and collaborations with our partners, who are our customers, internal and external stakeholders. And we also believe in doing this as a unified approach, as a family, as a unit in the fitness industry, which we are all so closely related in the fitness industry. It's so important that we do this together.
Now, did it take a while to come and put these two words together to come up with the name? Did it actually happen pretty quickly?
It's one of the hardest things to do. Well, first of all, it's one of the hardest things to let go of a name that you've had for 7, 8 years. And then so, okay, no, we're ready to commit to this. And then getting to the drawing board. I mean, we do a lot of hard stuff every single day at OneFitStop, previously in Hapana now. But the reality is that choosing a name is probably one of the hardest things. And hopefully this is it. This is the last time I have to do it. It took 2.5 months between research and finding some potential names, workshopping them internally, working with trademark attorneys to see what can or cannot work, buying the domains. I mean, the whole thing. And I guess to share, finding a name in the fitness industry is even harder because you have a lot of fitness facilities and sole traders, even personal trainers that own domain names and or have trademarks on a lot of that stuff, just because everyone needs a business name in our segment. So anything that had the fitness orientation was almost off the cards from the very beginning, because almost all of it was taken that represented the brand that we wanted to become.
Oh, well, all right. I have to ask you, did it come down to like 3 names and then you picked this one, or was it just always you just kind of kept working at Hapana?
There was another name in the mix, and it got knocked back with the trademark searches. And so in the end, when we went back to the search, that was we had words that were in the English vocabulary before. That was the point where we actually shifted our thoughts to create a new word with multiple, potential underlying meanings. And then we would avoid the trademark issue, be able to get domains a lot easier, and then identify as the new brand. And so that was really the shift in the discovery process. And then after that, it was really quite difficult because you're now dealing with a spectrum of words that mean nothing to you before because it's not in the English dictionary. And it's also, it's fresh and new, and it's got to sound good, it's got to feel good. And one thing that we liked about Hapana was that it did end on an upper note, on an upper tone. So it's almost like a crescendo at the end, which gives it a little bit more energy going into the word. And when you see the reveal of the logo and the brand identity, we leverage the 3 A's in Hapana in a very unified way. And the way that interacts with all the other brand assets was actually really great. So when we went down the whole path to choose and create a new word, we actually coupled that process with looking at potential logos and icons to see if that would also resonate for us in the decision-making process.
Well, that is so exciting. I want to know though, what are we going to see at URSA? Are we going to see Hapana at URSA this year?
You will see Hapana at URSA. And hey, I may give you a little sneak peek right now. Have a look at one of these little funky backgrounds. This is part of some of the brand assets that we have in different color schemes. But the way they interact and work with each other is all very, very fun. And there's definitely more to come. But at URSA, you will definitely be seeing Hapana.
Oh, that's so exciting for you guys, because it's such a great industry event and it has a lot of hype around just the event itself, and then you bringing in out a new name. Oh, wow. All right. Well, I will be looking for that booth for sure. And I guess I'm going to have to get used to saying the new name as well. And I'll make sure I put that crescendo at the end too.
That's definitely the most difficult part, because it's not public yet and I'm still interchanging. It's very difficult to switch properly, but I'm so excited now that it's out in the public, because we're all ready internally to embrace this. And I know this is going to mean a lot for the industry once we really tell the story about what we're trying to achieve here at Hapana.
Fantastic. Well, I can't wait to say. And this episode is sponsored by Hapana.
There we go.
Well, Jarron, thank you so much for sharing your exciting news with all of our FBP family. We are so excited for you. I'm excited for you, JT. Everybody at the Fitness Business Podcast is excited for you and your whole team, because it definitely is a team thing.
We appreciate your support, and we're looking forward to the next journey ahead in partnership with Hapana and the Fitness Business Podcast.
That sounds like a perfect way to end this episode. Thank you so much, Jarron.
Thanks, Dori.